Listen, I know you saw the title, we both know why you're here, and you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make your own animated TV show from start to finish with actionable steps, no tricks. The first thing you have to know is that a lot of people get into animation in the first place because they dream of being a show creator, someone who creates their own show, or a showrunner, someone who runs their own or someone else's show. People like you and me grew up watching Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls, or maybe SpongeBob, Adventure Time, Gumball, Phineas and Ferb, Scooby-Doo. And people like you and me dream of having that for ourselves. And we can. And it's easier than you think. All you need is someone to show you how. Now, I'm making this video because a few of you have noticed that I am posting with a little bit less frequency than I did before. And you're right, I am. And I would say that I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because I planned on posting at this frequency for a while. Now, there is a reason for that. And I'm sure you've guessed it by now. The reason is, I am making my own animated TV show. Thank you, I know you're so excited for me, but those of you who have been with me for a while now know that this isn't really anything new. I've made TV shows before, but what is new is this. I'm not working with a big studio this time, and I'm not working with a small studio or with an independent studio. I'm working alone. Now, the first question a lot of you will ask me is why? Listen. The concept of TV has completely changed from when you and I were growing up. In 1983, the finale of the sitcom MASH drew in 106 million live viewers across the United States. That is almost 50% of the US population in 1983. The Big Bang Theory, by numbers, is the most popular TV show of the 21st century. The Big Bang Theory series finale in 2019 drew in 18 million viewers across the United States, which is 18% of the US at that time. My most popular video has 9 million views. Me, alone, half the views of the most popular TV show of the 21st century. That is really good news for you and me. TV is different from how it was. It is not like a radio broadcast anymore. It's more like a second monitor for your PC. You choose what broadcasts on your TV. You choose when it broadcasts, and you even choose to skip the ads if you want. Now, YouTube has been using the word channel for its individual user pages since YouTube started in 2005, but as streaming takes over more and more, YouTube is beginning to feel more and more like a collection of individual TV channels. In the past few months, a lot of people have tagged me in pictures of them watching me on their home TVs. So, the first question a lot of you have when I tell you that I'm making my own animated TV show all by myself is, why? The answer is, why not? Once or twice a month, I get up here in front of you and I deliver a 15-minute video full of interesting niche information with an underlying message that essentially boils down to this. Follow your dreams. Make art fearlessly. Start where you are. And who would I be if I didn't follow my own advice? Now, I could, of course, take this TV show concept and pitch it around to different big studios in LA waiting for someone to pick it up. And then I could spend 1 to 5 years in development hoping for a green light. And then if it gets a green light, I could spend another year in production before the first episode even airs, which is how it works, by the way. Or I could make the show and be finished in 4 months and then have a show. What do I need budget for? Or talent? Or overhead? I am budget. I am talent. This is overhead. So the reason why is simply this. I want to. And I have free will. And it's a lot easier than you think, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. And now that I have answered your initial question, as well as given you some convincing supporting evidence in favor of making your own animated TV show by yourself, I'm sure you have a second question. How? And this is where I can help. The things you will need. First, you will need something to write your script with. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Pick something that's easy and fun for you. If you don't know what that is, pick the thing you like to write on most when you were a kid. Second, you will need something with which to make your show. This is the art part, so be as creative as you want here. You can film your TV show with your smartphone or with your older sister's digital camera. Act it yourself or get your friends to act it for you. Animate your show on paper and then scan the pages at your local library. Use MS Paint or Procreate on an iPad or clay or rocks or finger puppets. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. You are the artist. This is where you get to have fun. prioritize your fun. Third, and arguably the most important, you will need an editing software. After you're done filming your show, you will import the clips into an editing software either on your phone or on your computer. There you will work on your transitions and add music and sound and effects and anything else you like. If you have ever made a TikTok before, this will not be a foreign concept to you. It is exactly the same. Popular editing softwares include CapCut, which is free, $6 or $20 depending on the level you choose, Adobe Premiere Pro, which is $20 a month, and DaVinci Resolve, which is free and open source. You can also choose to use iMovie on your iPhone or Windows Movie Maker on your PC, both of which were my personal favorite editing softwares for many, many years. If you need additional help with your editing software, there are endless tutorials online. I use tutorials pretty much for every video, no shame in the game. Fourth, you will need a YouTube account or other social media account if you plan to share online. If you don't plan to share online, you can skip this step. But you may decide you want to submit your show to film festivals or pitch it around to different studios. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Once you have all your tools together, the next step is to practice with them until you feel comfortable enough to make your show. Practice a lot if these are new tools. Get situated. The more that you practice here, the easier your next steps will be. Now, you have your materials together, you're ready to go, you have an idea? Then as promised, here are the steps to create your very own animated TV show. Step 1, write your script. Use your imagination. It can be about anything that you want. You can use Barbies to recreate a drama that you had in high school, or you can use a lime and then a watermelon to represent a person going through a big physical change. You can tell a story about your favorite video game characters or anime characters or a day that you and your friends had at the beach. The sky is the limit. Go crazy. Now don't get discouraged at this part. You have the ability to tell a great story. You've done it before. So just channel that here. If you still need help, don't worry, I got you as usual. Here is an exercise. Get a piece of paper with lines on it. Set a timer for 1 minute. Fill up the entire paper, one idea per line, before the timer reaches 0. Repeat until you really can do it before the timer runs out. Congratulations, you have officially unlocked some of the best ideas you'll ever have. Use that paper forever. Remember, you are an artist, so you will be making art for the rest of your life. There is no need to be precious here. This is not the Mona Lisa. This is not your one and only chance to make a show. This is learning. Aim to fail 20 times and you will have 1 success. 2, when your script is done, plan your shots. You're using clay and your script calls for 2 characters, then you will need to make 2 puppets. Your story takes place in space, then you're going to need a set. Your set can be your kitchen table with a sheet over it, or it can be a fully lit 6-foot square in your garage, complete with fog machine and hand-painted stars. Doesn't matter. That is up to you. Follow your script. Step 3, now I know what you're thinking. You have your script from step 1. You have your set from step 2. Step 3 must be make the movie, or what we in the industry call production. This is the biggest mistake that young filmmakers make. Step 3 is not production. You are still very far from production. Step 3 is production schedule. You may think, like I thought, that production schedule is an incidental, something you can skip if you want to. But it's not. Production schedule requires its own step in the production process, and skipping this step is fatal 100% of the time. Production schedule is without a doubt the single most important step of the production process. Why? Because you are an artist. Are you a serious artist? Then you need to take your work seriously. Projects die when they are treated as if they are not important. Your art is important. So let's talk about it like it is. You are the creator and you are the studio. So we need to talk deliverables. Pick a deadline. Ideally, pick a deadline that scares you. If this is your first time making something, then any deadline is likely to scare you. That's okay. It should, because you're going to hold yourself to it. Now listen, up until this point you've been the artist, and I've been talking to you as if you are the artist, appealing to your sense of possibility, showing you how the world has changed, and inspiring you with all the cool ideas that you could use to potentially make a show. But I need to talk to somebody else now. I need to talk to the part of your brain that says we shouldn't be doing this when you're sitting there scrolling on your phone. The part of your brain that says, come on, you're procrastinating, or is this idea even realistic? I need to talk to the part of your brain that says, that's nice, but how? And that keeps you up at night worrying about all of the things that probably won't ever happen. This part of your brain is your production manager. Put them in front of the screen. Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your work. Listen, I know as well as anyone that your internal production manager can cause you a lot of grief. They can stop you from enjoying the things you love. They can keep you up all night worrying about the future. They can put you in your head instead of where you're supposed to be as an artist, which is out there living your life in the moment. But your production manager is only trying to help. There is no art without the artist. Your production manager knows that, and they are only trying to keep you safe and on track. Give them a track, and then you'll really be flying. Production manager, here's what I'm going to need you to do. Artist is going to give you a deadline that scares them, and then they are going to get really honest with you about how fast they can work while retaining high quality and mental health. There are 3 separate dials that we are managing here, production manager, and each dial affects the others as you turn it. The dials are speed, quality, and mental health. Too fast, quality and mental health go down. Too good, speed and mental health go down. Prioritize only the things that you want to do when you want to do them. Your quality and your speed will both go down. Pop quiz, what's the most important dial? Correct. Mental health. What does the minimum threshold of maintaining your mental health look like for you? What keeps you there? Is it your daily walk? Is it calling your spouse? Is it taking your medicine or 30 minutes in the sun every day? Have that conversation with yourself and then commit to never going below your minimum threshold. When I was in school, filmmakers burnt out all the time, and I can tell you for a fact that the fastest way to reach burnout is to ratchet up those 2 dials while forgetting the 3rd. You can't do that. That is making your own life hell for no reason. I tell you all the time that the most important thing is that you are mentally healthy. Everything else can be negotiated later. But be honest with yourself and then push yourself appropriately, because that's the only way to make it through to the other side. When this conversation between your artist and your production manager is over, you will be able to make an efficient production schedule. I am now going to take you on a tour of mine, but be forewarned, I am very serious about my art. This is what my production schedule looks like. I made this in Google Sheets and I've been doing it exactly like this since I was at CalArts 10 years ago. First thing that I do over here is I write how many episodes there are. There are 9. And then over here, this is how many shots there are. And this is whether or not I've written that episode. You'll see I've written them all the way down to episode 9. Then the next thing over here is the name of the shot and how hard that shot is, with this light blue being the easiest and this dark blue being the hardest. Then I write the name of the background, and then if I can reuse that background, I put a little X here. Basically how it works is I schedule out what day I'm going to do each part of that episode. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday, that's Wednesday, that's Thursday, this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So as the week goes on, I can see the progress that I'm making. I think you understand the concept. Up here, we have thumbnails, storyboard, animatic, layout, keyframes, rough animation, clean animation, color, and edit. And as I do that work throughout the week, I mark it with an X. And as I mark it more and more with X's, the whole screen will fill up with black. When I'm finished with the episode, all of this will go from white and rainbow to black. And that helps my brain to feel like I'm doing a lot of good work. The most important thing to note here is this: hard deadline and soft deadline. Why do I have 2 different deadlines, and why are there 3 days between them? Because those 3 days are my scheduled crash out time. I've been working with myself a lot of years, and at this point my internal production manager knows that I need to kick and scream a little bit every once in a while. That's not uncommon for artists. So in every 2-week period, I get 3 days where I can scream and cry and say, I hate this, I don't want to do it, I give up. And then I can call out for the day. I spend those 3 days every 2 weeks doing things that I feel like I shouldn't do. I play video games, I go to the bar with my friends, and generally I play hooky like Ferris Bueller and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That feels great. That really supports my mental health. I be at the zoo, I be at the beach, I have a grand old time. And the next day, I come back to the office. And 9 times out of 10, I work much more efficiently when I do. My production manager makes a lot of concessions for me like this. This week, I didn't want to do storyboards. I was out of scheduled crash out days, but thinking about doing storyboards for my own TV show was making me crash out. So I weighed the pros and cons. It would take me 3 hours to do the storyboards, and I would be fighting an uphill battle the entire time, just hating it and not wanting to do it at all, which takes a lot of energy. At the end, I would have a little visual plan that doesn't even see the light of day of what I would do for that week. That did not feel like a good trade. So I decided not to put my artist through that. Skip the boards, skip the plan, just jump into production feet first blind. Even if I made a terrible episode because of it, this season is 9 episodes long, and what's one terrible episode amongst 9? But guess what happened? Yeah, that's right. I made the best episode that I have made thus far. So I listened to my artist, but I listened to my production manager too. On the days where I want to keep crashing out but I'm out of my scheduled 3, my production manager looks me in the eyes and says, listen, I know, I understand it's hard, but I need you to lock in. You can crash out again on the 27th. And I lock in. I do, because I've built that relationship with myself, so I'm able to find that balance. I trust me, so I trust my schedule. I have proven to myself time and time again that I have my best interest in mind, both mental health-wise and for my art. And that makes it really easy to do what I have to do. You may find a different system that works for you, but you will find one. The bottom line is, you are your own boss now. I urge you to be a good one. Keep yourself happy. That's how you stay on the job. Step 4, production. Believe it or not, this is the easiest part of the job. If you've made yourself a good schedule, this hardly feels like work at all. Head down, do your work, take your days off. For most of us, this is our favorite part of the job. This is why we're artists. So really enjoy yourself here. Sink your teeth in. Revel in the fact that you're making something. Enjoy your progress and enjoy watching it grow. Time passes whether you're working or not, so you may as well get working. You'll be busy, but if you manage your dials correctly, you'll go to bed feeling happy and fulfilled. And before you know it, you wake up and you're at step 5. Step 5 is edits. In the industry, we call this post-production. Your post-production could include music, ADR, which is alternate dialogue recording. It could also include color grading, special effects, sound edits, Foley, my personal favorite part, or none of the above. It's up to you and the project. Tips. Don't forget that sound is half the film. Seriously, I've forgotten that and it is a mess every time. Don't forget, sound is half the film. And don't forget to schedule in plenty of time to do what you need to do in post-production. Schedule more than you need. Actually, schedule double what you think you will need. If you do that, you'll probably make your deadline by just a hair. The last step, step 6, is to show people. Consider a screening in the living room for your whole family. Consider also a sheet thrown over a fence in the backyard so you can project on it for all of your friends. Consider sharing on YouTube or asking your teacher if you can play your TV show for the class or asking your local bar if they'll host a premiere. But share. That's what art is for. You worked hard. You deserve recognition. Celebrate. Enjoy. Making a TV show is really hard work. That's why we have wrap parties in the industry. So have a little party. Treat yourself. Get yourself something nice. Make yourself an Oscar out of cardboard and put it on your shelf. Congratulations. You deserve it. And that's it. You're done. Maybe that's the only TV show you'll ever make in your life. Or maybe you're like me and you'll get addicted and build a career off of it. Or maybe Cartoon Network will see your show and pick it up and you'll join the elite ranks of showrunners that you've always dreamed of joining. Or maybe not. Who cares? You did something great all on your own. Now, all that's left to do is to link it below so that we can watch it too. As for me, I'm in step 4, production, and I'll be here until the end of December, after which you can expect to see a little bit more of me here on YouTube. Here are a few production stills from my show, which will air right here on YouTube for your personal enjoyment. Episode 1 will air on October 31st, 2025, or Halloween of this year. Until then, thank you for your patience while I follow my dreams. Don't expect perfection out of me. I never ask it of myself. But what you can expect is my very best shot. And I hope the same for you. Good luck. Tag us. Put us in the special thanks section of your credits where I plan to put you. If you'd like to watch season 1 of my TV show, which I published last Halloween on Instagram, I've linked it right here and in the description box below. People really liked it. I hope you will too. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and before I go, shout out to my in-law, Sue. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and I hope, as always, that you're finding plenty of time for your own art. Can't wait to see your show. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.